Hi everybody, you are joining me, Tom Jurassic, here today for something a little bit different. For anyone who knows me, you will know that I am a massive fan of Halo, and I collect a lot of the Mega Construx Halo products. Now they're a little bit hard to find here in the UK, I have to import a lot of them unfortunately. But recently I was lucky enough to be on holiday in the States when I stumbled upon this beautiful set you see here, the Kinsano Cyclops Raid. So obviously this is a set themed around Halo Wars 2, Kinsano being one of the DLC leaders who I believe was added post-launch to the game. I don't believe I've played as her. In fact, I think I have, because I believe she has some incendiary Cyclopses that she can deploy as her special ability. But what I was going to say is, if you want more information on this particular character, who this set is about, then I will make sure to leave a link to Halo Cannon's video, my good friend Ian, who has done a fantastic breakdown of this DLC leader in the past. So the set itself here, as you can see, if we zoom in a little bit and focus down there for you, is set number GCM43. It's for ages 8 and up. It comes with 232 pieces, and you can see there the name Kinsano Cyclops Raid. Comes with one figure. We've got the Halo 4 and 5 Master Chief armor for the branding. We have got the brand new for, I believe it was 2018/2019. If we just bump up that brightness, Flood infection form for Mega Construx. And then you have got Kinsano's Cyclops. And if we zoom in, you can see we have also got the figure of Kinsano there. So zooming out and toning down that light for a second, if we are just turning this over, you can see on the side there a fantastic close-up of Kinsano herself, complete with the facial tattoo detailing. Lots of colours going on the body armour, which is cool. The silver coloured Reach tactical shotgun, the Mega Construx logo there. And then if we twist around to the back, you can see the figure. Some of the details, we'll zoom in, take a look at all of these. So you can see that Kinsano comes with an alternate Hellbringer helmet, the infection forms, the Cyclops without Kinsano in it, how the Cyclops opens to allow Kinsano to get inside, the actual renders of the characters from the games, and then some of the other current products in the Mega Construx line. I've heard stories of these popping up at different places in the States. I believe that Ross is one of the places where these have been seen, so definitely do keep an eye out for those. This particular set stateside retails for $20, and I was lucky enough to get mine from a Target store I found it in. So guys, that's kind of been a brief look at the Kinsano Cyclops Raid box. It's really nice for me personally to have something Halo branded in hand again. Just that blue Halo font there looks fantastic. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to crack this thing straight open, get into the build, and I will come back to you guys when I've got it all assembled so we can take a look at the final product. Okay guys, so it's been about 20-30 minutes and we've got Kinsano's Cyclops Raid all completely assembled. So we're going to start by looking at the giant mech here, which is the main portion of the set. We'll then look at the Flood infection forms, and we'll also take a look at the Kinsano microfigure out of the mech itself. So without any further ado, let's get everything else off screen and take a look at the mech. Okay, so here you can see the mech all put together. It's this really interesting metallic shade of green which Mega Construx have been using for their newer sets. And as you can see, it is a very, very unique Cyclops design. I believe Kinsano has a similar unique Cyclops in the game, which has been heavily modified for Flood flamethrower duties. So if we twist this to the side and zoom in a little bit, you can see, just like in Halo 3, we have got these great little graphics here which represent the flamethrowers, and we have got these removable flame pieces here, if I just pull that out, which go into the flamethrowers to create the effect of them obviously dispersing flames to fight the flood. So you can see where they're all rigged into, if I brighten that up a little bit, these red bits just here, if I focus on those, rig that up into the arm mechanism, and you can then see the arm goes up into the shoulder. On this side here you have got actually a really nice graphic. You can see it's a skull on fire, looks very fitting for Kinsano. And then on the back you have got these really cool kind of tanks, which presumably are what the flammable, whether it's petrol or whatever it is that's fueling the flamethrowers, is stored on the back. Now these are a little bit loose, as you can see, they do move quite a bit, but they still look nice. They've got these rubber hose pieces which have existed with the line since it was first introduced. These were used on the original Halo Wars Flame Marines. And then you can see the back of the legs here, which from behind do look rather skeleton, I must admit. You have got a single stabilizer just down here on both, kind of like a rear toe, to keep the mech itself upright. And then as we twist around on this arm, we'll bring it out a little bit. You can see this arm does not have any detailing here, but the flamethrower is exactly the same, so it's mirrored. Now, in terms of putting Kinsano inside the Cyclops, we can simply, if I brighten this up, grab here, it's a little bit fiddly, but fold these bits out, fold these bits up, and you can see that there is Kinsano inside the Cyclops. And to re-secure that, you simply close these two pieces, bring these bits down, bring these pieces up, and that is that done. So it's an interesting mech for sure. Definitely one of Mega's more interesting Cyclopses, I would argue. And in terms of articulation, you know that's important with a mech. It's essentially a big action figure. You've got a ball joint at the shoulder, a ball joint at the elbow. Really cool. You can actually individually articulate the fingers, as you can see there on this far one. If I zoom in for you, you can see there, if we focus on that, you're able to individually articulate those. In addition to that, we have got a ball joint on the leg here, the ability to, if I just clip that back on, a little bit fiddly, ball joint the ankle there, as you can see, and this back piece does go up and down as well. So a good range of motion, no knee joint, but that's due to the assembly here. The knees, if I actually zoom in and take a look at them for you, are more created with parts than actual articulation, so you can see this is more an aesthetical choice than anything. But that all said and done, that really is all there is to the mech. It's got some really nice detailing throughout. I like the pieces up here. I think all of the details on this look cool, and it's quite a nicely scaled mech. So yeah, that's really a look at Kinsano's Cyclops, I suppose, rather than mech. And now we will jump in and take a look at the namesake herself, Kinsano. Okay, so here we have the Kinsano micro action figure who is included. You can see she comes with a silver shotgun, and if I bring her a little bit closer to the camera, and if we see if we can focus on some of those details for you guys, might be a case of needing to. There we go. Bear with me 1 second, guys. You can see this really great face print here, where you've got the tattoo going up the left side of her face, which is really cool. You've also got all the extra painted details here, painted details on both shoulder pads, and then the white and grey colour scheme which continues. Now her body armour and her shoulder pads are the same kind of metallic green colour that the Cyclops is, and in terms of this micro action figure, she has all the articulation that you have probably come to expect from Mega Construx. So she has got a ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders and elbows which rotate all the way around, a wrist in a funky joint that lets you get some angling to it, a swivel torso, ball jointed legs, and then a hinge at the knee. So that is really all there is to Kinsano. She does, however, if you do not want to have her exposed head displayed, she does come with a separate Hellbringer helmet, as you can see there, just to make her look perhaps more combat ready. So certainly an interesting figure. I like the additional details here. Mega really went to town to make sure that this figure reflected the iconographic character that it was trying to capture, and I think it paid off really well, so I do like this figure. And then lastly we have got the brand new version of the Flood Infection form. If I bring in an old one from the Floodgate set, which came out quite some time ago, you can see the scale comparison here. The new one is much larger than the old Infection form, and this is more modelled upon the newer style we've seen in cutscenes like those in Halo Wars 2. So unfortunately, whereas this one here had two tones to it which really made it pop, this one is just tan plastic. A little bit of shading would perhaps make this pop a little bit more, but this figure does have removable tentacles. So as you see, there is just a normal Mega Construx peg size hole there. This piece goes in there like so, and you then have got your Flood Infection form. And just like the old school versions, these do have a peg hole in the bottom, and I do think it's worth noting that these are very, very squidgy. As you can see, they're made of a very, very soft rubbery material. So these are cool. They come in a group of 3 in this set. If I just bring the other 2 into shot for you guys, as you can see there. And this is currently the best way for you to get these, because there is only one other release of this particular Infection form mould to date, and that is in the Series 10 Heroes figure pack with the Prophet of Regret. So, interesting new mould. Definitely a cool addition to have in a £20 set or a $20 set. I wouldn't expect a new mould in this set necessarily, but I'm glad that we got one. So that has been your look at GCM43 Kinsano Cyclops Raid. For a $20 set, I'm really impressed with this set. The build of the Cyclops feels incredibly substantial. Kinsano is a really cool figure, and I love the alternate head that's included. And the new Flood Infection forms are very cool. If you're a fan of Halo Wars 2, I think you'll really appreciate this set, and I do hope that further down the line we may see them tackle even more of the leaders from Halo Wars 2. I believe they've done most of them now, so seeing a micro action figure of Serena now would be a really nice way to round out the line. That said, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for taking the time to check it out. And, as always guys, I hope that you have a fantastic week.